The unsolved mystery of the Axeman of New Orleans. Imagine waking up to the chilling glint of steel, the cold dread as you realize a stranger stands over you, axe in hand. This was the reality for the residents of New Orleans a century ago, terrorized by a phantom known only as the Axeman. The Axeman of New Orleans. The name alone conjures images of shadowy streets and unimaginable horror. From 1918 to 1919, this unidentified serial killer stalked the city, leaving a trail of brutal axe murders in his wake. He preyed on the unsuspecting, often entering homes under the cover of darkness. His weapon of choice was a simple axe, wielded with terrifying precision. Despite a citywide panic and an intense manhunt, the Axeman vanished without a trace. The early 20th century was a different world, especially when it came to crime investigation. Forensic science was in its infancy, a far cry from the sophisticated tools we have today. This lack of technology played a significant role in the Axeman's ability to evade capture. There were no DNA tests to link him to the crime scenes. Fingerprint databases were non-existent, making identification nearly impossible. Surveillance cameras were a thing of the future, leaving investigators blind in the night. Law enforcement relied heavily on eyewitness accounts, notoriously unreliable under stress. Circumstantial evidence was often the only lead, proving insufficient to build a solid case. The Axeman operated in an era where the odds were stacked in his favor. One of the most perplexing aspects of the Axeman's crimes was the apparent randomness of his victims. He seemed to target Italian-American grocers, but this pattern was inconsistent. There was no discernible connection based on age, gender, or lifestyle. Surviving victims offered conflicting descriptions of the attacker. Some described a large, imposing figure, while others recalled a smaller, more unassuming man. This inconsistency further muddied the waters for investigators. The absence of a clear motive made profiling the Axeman a near impossible task. Was it a hate crime? A series of robberies gone wrong? Or something far more sinister? The lack of a motive remains one of the most enduring mysteries of the case. The Axeman never carried his own weapon. Instead, he used axes found at the crime scenes. These axes often belonged to the victims themselves, left in sheds or backyards. This simple tactic made it virtually impossible to trace the weapon back to him. He would break into a home, commit the gruesome act, and then leave the axe behind. This eliminated any physical evidence that could connect him to the murders. The axe became a symbol of his terror, a silent testament to his cunning. The New Orleans Police Department in the early 20th century was far from a paragon of justice. Corruption was rampant, and racial biases permeated the force. This toxic environment hindered the investigation into the Axeman's crimes. Many of the victims were Italian immigrants, a community already marginalized and distrusted. Their concerns were often dismissed, and investigations were inadequately pursued. This systemic prejudice allowed the Axeman to operate with impunity. The focus on Italian-American grocers led to theories of mafia involvement, but these were never substantiated. The corruption within the police force likely hampered any real progress in solving the case. Justice was blind, but not in the way it should have been. In March 1919, the Axeman sent a bizarre letter to a local newspaper, a chilling act of psychological warfare. In the letter, he claimed to be a demon from hell, a being of immense power and malice. He threatened to unleash his fury upon the city once more. However, he offered a twisted bargain. If the residents of New Orleans played jazz music throughout the night, he would spare their homes. The city, gripped by fear, complied. Jazz music filled the streets, a desperate plea for salvation. True to his word, the Axeman did not strike that night. This act cemented his legend, transforming him from a mere killer into a supernatural entity. The jazz letter added a layer of mystique to the case, but provided no solid leads. The last known attack attributed to the Axeman occurred in October 1919. Then, as suddenly as they began, the murders stopped. The Axeman vanished, leaving behind a city scarred by fear and unanswered questions. Theories abound as to why the attack ceased. Did he die? Was he incarcerated for another crime? Did he simply relocate and continue his reign of terror elsewhere? The sudden stop only deepened the mystery surrounding his identity. Without a body, without a confession, without any closure, the case went cold. The Axeman became a ghost, a phantom haunting the collective memory of New Orleans. Over the years, countless theories have emerged regarding the Axeman's true identity. Some believe he was a mafia hitman, settling scores under the guise of random attacks. Others suggest he was a deranged musician, driven to madness by his art. It's even possible that multiple killers were operating under the same persona, using the fear surrounding the Axeman to cover up their own crimes. The truth remains elusive, hidden in the shadows of history. Despite the speculation, no one has ever been definitively identified as the Axeman of New Orleans. His identity remains a mystery, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk within the human heart. The Axeman of New Orleans remains one of the most infamous unsolved mysteries in American history. His brutal crimes, his chilling letter, and his sudden disappearance have captivated and terrified generations. The limitations of forensic technology, the corruption within the police force, and the randomness of his attacks all contributed to his ability to evade capture. He vanished into the annals of true crime, leaving behind a legacy of fear and unanswered questions. The Axeman's story serves as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can exist in the world. It's a story that continues to fascinate and disturb, a testament to the enduring power of the unknown. Do you want to delve deeper into the dark history of New Orleans? Subscribe to our channel for more true crime stories and historical mysteries. Leave a comment below with your theories about the Axeman's identity. And don't forget to share this video with your fellow true crime enthusiasts. The mystery of the Axeman may never be solved, but we can keep his story alive.